Welcome to the Military Interstate Children's Compact Commission's training. This session will focus on Compact Article 5, Placement and Attendance. It will explore the background of the Interstate Compact, how it assists military-connected students who transfer during their senior year, and how schools, through the Compact, can accommodate these students to ensure they graduate on time. According to the U.S. Department of Defense, there are more than 1.2 million service members on active duty. Of those, 52.6% are married and 51% are below the age of 25. This translates to 1.65 million military-connected students, with more than half of those between the ages of 5 to 18 years old. A majority, 76% of military-connected students, are enrolled in public school systems across the United States. 10% attend private schools. 8% are enrolled in Department of Defense Education Activity or DoDEA schools, and 6% are in homeschool programs. We will explore how these facts and figures relate to the MIC3 in a moment, but first, what is an interstate compact? Interstate compacts predate the U.S. Constitution and are contractual agreements between the states enacted through legislative means to resolve a dispute, study a problem, or create an ongoing administrative mechanism for managing interstate agreements. It allows state governments to work collaboratively and jointly, problem-solve common concerns and issues without federal intervention or regulation. Two things to note specific to the MIC3. First, rules adopted by the Commission have the force and effect of statutory law and supersede any inconsistent state laws. Second, the Commission has the authority to enforce the Compact and its rules upon its member states. This grants MIC3 the authority to implement consistent education practices when working in partnership with schools and military families. The Compact applies to military members on active duty, as well as National Guard and Reserve on Title X orders. Members of the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration and U.S. Public Health Services are also covered by the Compact. In addition to these groups, members or veterans who are medically discharged or retire are also covered for a period of 1 year following their discharge or retirement. The children of members who perish while on active duty are also covered by the Compact for a period of 1 year following the service member's death. The Compact applies to military-connected students in public schools, and through a Memorandum of Understanding, children who attend DoDEA schools are also covered. Finally, the Compact applies to students in kindergarten through 12th grade. The Compact focuses on key educational transition issues and seeks to inform school systems of the unique educational challenges transitioning military children face. On average, a military-connected child will transition 6 to 9 times during their educational career. Because of this, the Compact allows for the uniform treatment of military students alongside their civilian peers. The Compact does not advocate for preferential treatment. Instead, it seeks to level the playing field for military-connected students. It does not impact the state's or local education authority regarding curriculum. As stated previously, MIC3 only applies to kindergarten through 12th grade, so preschool and provisional or pre-kindergarten programs are not covered under the Compact. The Compact does not apply to private, parochial, homeschool, or international schools. Why is the Compact important if it does not cover every educational issue that a transitioning student might encounter? Again, it highlights the unique education challenges faced by military children. The Compact provides districts and schools flexibility to make accommodations, and it allows states, through the Compact commissioners, to converse and facilitate cases. Prior to the Compact, this mechanism of support for transitioning military families did not exist. But through the Compact and the role of the Compact Commissioner as school liaison, these families now have support and a process to resolve education-related issues. Let's examine Compact Article 5, Placement and Attendance. The provisions of Article 5 are intended to facilitate the student placement process through which children of military families are not disadvantaged. There are 4 key provisions addressed by Article 5. This video will review the second provision, Educational Program Placement, of Article 5. This provision directs the receiving school to place military-connected students in educational programs based on their prior placement in the sending school. The provision not only applies to general education courses, but it also applies to Gifted and Talented, or GT programs, Advanced Placement, or AP courses, International Baccalaureate, Honors, and English as a Second Language courses. Compact Rule Chapter 500, Section 5.102, Educational Program Placement, states the receiving school shall initially honor placement of the student in educational programs based on current educational assessments conducted at the school in the sending state, or participation or placement in like programs in the sending state. Such programs include, but are not limited to, Gifted and Talented programs and English as a Second Language. For example, if a student was assessed and placed in the sending school's honors program, then the receiving school must enroll the child into the honors program to meet the requirements outlined in Compact Article 5. After the receiving school has placed the student, the receiving school may perform an assessment to ensure appropriate placement and continued enrollment in the program. Compact Article 5 does not guarantee continued enrollment in a program if, after performing an evaluation, the student does not meet the receiving school's criteria. Under the Compact, the student can be unenrolled from the program and placed according to the receiving school's requirements. What are receiving schools required to do under Article 5 if the student sat for and passed the sending school's evaluation for the program, but transitioned over the summer before they were able to participate in the program in the sending school? According to Compact Rules, Chapter 500, Section 5.101, the receiving school shall initially place a student who transfers before or during the school year in educational courses based on the student's enrollment in the sending state school and/or educational assessments conducted at the school in the sending state. But remember, Article 5 does not guarantee continued enrollment in the program if, following an evaluation, the student does not meet the receiving school's qualifications. A condition of Compact Article 5 states the local education agency or school district is not required to create a course or additional space for a student. However, the receiving school may allow the student to attend similar educational courses in other schools within the LEA if the receiving school does not offer such educational courses, as noted in Compact Rules Chapter 500, Section 5.101. However, Article 5 also grants the receiving school the flexibility to waive courses or program prerequisites or other preconditions for placement in course or programs offered under the jurisdiction of the school district. This allows the receiving school to waive program prerequisites when necessary to keep the student on track to graduate. To understand the educational program placement provision of Article 5, let's review a case involving a military-connected student. A military family transitioned at the beginning of the school year. The third grade student was previously enrolled in the Gifted and Talented program, but the parent stated the student was not automatically enrolled in the GT program at the receiving school. The commissioner contacted the receiving school and was informed the GT classes had not begun yet since the school year had just started, but testing for the program was to take place the following week for all students, and the military-connected student would participate in the testing. Under Article 5, the receiving school was in compliance with the Compact because the GT classes had not started at the receiving school, and the military-connected student was being provided the same opportunity as all the students to sit for the receiving school's assessment the following week. If you would like additional information about the educational program placement provision of Compact Article 5, placement and attendance, please contact your local school liaison or your state's Compact Commissioner. Their contact information can be found on the Commission's website at www.mic3.net. Simply click on the interactive map to select your state. Thank you for attending the Military Interstate Children's Compact Commission training on the second provision of Compact Article 5, Course Placement.